Hi guys, I decided to show you today my tools, what I'm using for my sketches. So this one is my favorite one because it's not big. You can put it in your bag, in your backpack, and everywhere you can bring with you. And for some reasons I like to use it at home. So when you open it, there is all my treasure. Treasure chest. And I like this because you see here's the like little magnet, and here's two, and when you open it clicks and it can stay while you're drawing, so it stays like that. So what do I have inside? Okay, here are my favorite parallel pens, my favorite sizes. I show you them sometimes. Okay, then just in case I have my favorite fountain pen, and I use it usually when I do watercolor, because I put here waterproof ink, as opposed to fountain pen. They don't have waterproof ink, so this is why I have this one. Okay, now I have a bunch of my favorite colors of Copics. So I just choose kind of the extreme amount of whatever I can fit to this little bag. I have my favorite colors of the pencils. I can use them as a watercolor as well because they are watercolor pencils. And yeah, I add them sometimes to my even watercolor or even markers, sketches. I might use them anytime, wherever I feel that I would like to use them, just because to add some brightness, or just depend on the mood. All right, so here we have my pencils and the most important things. All right, that's my whites. So in the end, I would always use white to edit here and there. And I was trying different kinds of them, such as this one. It works better for me because it's like thickness it's more thicker. This one, Uniball, it's okay too. And this one I thought will be good, but it cuts dry so fast. I don't know, still working, but I bought a lot of them because they got dry. All right, so this is what I'm using. And for example, for this sketch would be with no watercolor. I would choose the paper, which will be non-watercolor paper. It should be like better like shiny or something. It might call just a sketchbook, just whatever has bright and shiny page, but sometimes it's kind of goes through, so I always put a piece of paper so it doesn't go to the next page, so I can use it. You see this one I did yesterday, and so I'm using this. I would put this always after the next page, so next time when I'm opening, I'm not thinking, I don't have to think, oh, is there or not. No, there's always prepared for me for my next time. And the sketches just for ink. This paper is just for ink because you see it's shiny, and it's flat, and it's really bad for watercolor because it wouldn't absorb it. So for this case, I'm using any kind of paper, which might even call anyhow, as long as you like it, and as long as it tolerated to your tools, to your material. For example, this one would not tolerate to watercolors. But today I am still working with ink and Copic markers, so I'll use this particular paper. All right, let's see. I decided to explain you every step what I'm doing today, and I will show you everything how I'm doing. No speed art, and I will talk as while I am drawing, so you will see the whole process. Will be not background music or background afterwards recording of my voice. It will be all as it goes. Okay. Okay, so today I decided to draw with you in real life with no background voice. So I decided to draw this little vehicle, which is I don't even know how to call. Anyway, we're drawing the vehicle. So we will talk about the proportions because, well, it's easier to draw with the pencil in case in terms to show you. So for example, I would like to think that, okay, this is my paper, this is my size of my paper, and the vehicle will be somewhere in the middle. So I'll just measure with my eyeball, like somewhere from here to here and from here to here. So it will be like a it's pretty squarish look like. So I kind of make myself visual guides for that, and they can change while I'm drawing, but it's just for myself right now. Then I can tell that the biggest part goes like somewhere like from here to here, because here will be the wheel. That now we just making big pieces, so we're going from big to small, so it will be about like that. And then this thing is behind, kind of something. It's very loose right now, so somewhere here will be a tire thing, and somewhere here will be the second one, the back one. So kind of we put our things together as long as we think now. I'm sorry for the background noise. My puppy is playing with his toys, and it's weird. It's a little pig, so the pig makes these noises. All right, so now when we kind of figured out the biggest size, we're trying to make it like nicer, like more definition of the form. So we can tell it's not straight, it's like a little bit like roundish, like that. Sorry for my puppy noise. Okay, now we can tell that it's about a little bit more than half would be this line in there. Okay, and it's about like if we visually divide it on two, and then another one too, I think here somewhere here will be the door area line. Let me show you this, what makes this sound. Pixel, give me that. All right, so here's the thing which is making sound. And my puppy is playing with it right now. I am sorry for that. All right, here, Pixel, you can play. Okay, so we kind of figured out, and also we have this line which makes us to go to another line to have a window. So somewhere here will be a window. So we're still working on that. I think this line should be a little bit lower, because you see, as we go, we see our mistakes or our kind of imperfections, and we can check it as it go and change it. So we continue working, but now it's much easier on this small size of the object. We can easily, much easier figure out the other shapes, because we know for sure it's somewhere here but not here, or there it's not this size or that size, it's about this size which we already figured out. So this is what we do. And the way I'm holding my pencil, it's easier than when you do this, you're trying to do precise and then you will make a lot of mistakes. When you do this from the distance, it's kind of easier to, since we kind of, it's still sketch, so it's easier for us to kind of use the pencil. I'm sorry for my English. Sometimes I just don't remember the words. All right, now we see somewhere around, and again, it's not perfect. I think it should be a little bit upper, but in this case, it's a sketch, and we do the not perfection. It's just a loose sketch, just to understand how we work out with this, how it works. Okay, so somewhere around here, I would say would be this back. It's actually goes straight back truck thing, and it has some kind of box which goes not high. All right, then it goes to our point, and remember perspective, this size will be a little bit longer than this one because it goes to perspective to the end, so will be like that. Now we only have the tire wheel or whatever it calls. You see, I'm not making any details. I'm just suggesting where's everything and how it's everything. So now I'm like defining more the possible interesting points. Like for example, like here I'll make it like a little bit darker, and then I'll skip the other parts, so it makes it more interesting. So while I'm drawing, I'm already deciding the aesthetic part. Yes, I know it's sketch, but sketch has aesthetic as well. So here will be the little lamp, bulb, or whatever. Now we can define more the details. Still not 100%, but it's already something. So this is how we continue working on it. It's easier to work this way, much easier. Try it, just give it a try, and you will tell that I was right. Don't tell my husband, he would tell that I always want to be right. Just kidding. The color I choose is just because mostly this vehicle is like a rusty look like, and it looks like with this color, so I got it as a main color for right now. Usually I would get the other paper because this is watercolor pencils. I would get a watercolor paper and then to use the water to make it more interesting. But I don't know why I just stick with this one today. So let's see what happened, because every time it's like little experiment, and it's like little thing to see how it might be. I like experiments, so let's do it. You see, now we're putting all these details, which is much easier to decide in a smaller area where is it in size, as opposed to on a big paper, like how to start, which size will be that, which size will be that. Now we already know where's kind of things are going on and how they are in there. So you see, I thought it's too high, so kind of like that. We might start without even pencil, but that's just what I decided to do today. So it's not mandatory. It's just all right. We can also already put some shades in the darker areas to help us see the better, like in three-dimensional world. that's just for ourselves, just to help us out. Makes it easier to think and realize what are we doing. You see, we don't do on all these lines or texture materials anything yet, or maybe even never, because it's a sketch. We just continue building the our vehicle with some shading to define our shapes and make it more three-dimensional. So it's already looks somehow better than this, right? So again, I have this paper here because when I'm working with the markers and ink, it leaks through, just like here. Let's see. I don't want next page to be destroyed because of that, so I always put something in here, and then I'll have clean next one, because everything bad will stay on this one. All right, now we have our vehicle. So I might add some kind of bluish colors because it looks like blue for me. But I'm adding just here and there, you know, not much. Just wherever I feel I want to add these colors. And it's really hard to explain and do. I might not do a good job as a sketcher right now because I'm trying to explain and I'm trying to think how to put it on the words. Again, because it's not my first language. And while thinking about the language, I am losing myself into on the drawing process. So my drawing might be not the best today, but I'm trying to explain you. And so let's see what happened today with my explanation. Why I'm doing this line, so it looks differently now, kind of easier for me to continue working on with the ink afterwards. And here's somebody helping me out, my little puppy, which I got not long time ago. It was like yesterday, and now he's age. Hey, I know you're here. I know you're here. So now, anyway, the main purpose today is the showing you the process. So if there's any imperfections maybe in the sketch, please forgive me. I'm just trying to do both an explanation and the drawing. So I'll continue with the in the other scenario. If that was a watercolor paper, I would use some water to make it a little bit artistic, more arty. In this case, since I want to use, since the paper doesn't allow me to use water, and also I want to use the ink, which is not waterproof, so I'll just see what happened today. And every time when I'm doing any sketches, I never know how it's all finished because it's all in process. It's all it's art. You never know, and you follow by the situation and by the forms, and you may be surprised about what will be in the end. So the drawing kind of offers you something which you might take to your consideration as an artist and continue from there to something else to figure out as an artist what do you want to show today, or what you figured out from this drawing to show. I hope I explain you somehow. So now, since I already have a drawing, and the moment I got my pen, my ink, I already know where's everything, so I will not do any scribble finding lines because I already know where they are. So I might start straightforward to the lines, and I will just use the thickness of this. This is parallel ink pen. I will use the thickness of it to define the line, and sometimes the line will be thinner, sometimes thicker, depends on the situation, where there's more shade, less shade, thicker line, thinner line, just to make it more artistic and more interesting if it's possible. So you can start from anything you want, but just do your thing. I'll get this one. It's thicker, so some places might be just like thicker. It still gives thinner lines, but sometimes when you need darkness, you can completely use it much easier and faster. Again, I'm not sure that my sketch will be the most perfect today, because I'm trying to explain and do in the same time. I'm doing my best. And since we already have in the pencil the first sketch, some lines like which is very far away, like the back of the truck, we might not even do any lines with the ink because they're already there. We see them, we see the point, we see the definition, but we don't need to bring them up here with the thicker lines. We can give them thinner lines or no lines at all, because there is already something with the pencil, so we know it's there. So we wouldn't do any lines on the back. Just the suggestions, and we already know that it's there. Try to be artistic. It shouldn't be like a straight line, like really straight. It can be wavy, it can be whatever you feel or wherever your hand feels. Sometimes we might follow after our hand because it's our helper. The hand might make it much more interesting than we would even think in the beginning. And then we'll just like appreciate it, like, oh, my hand did this. Why your hand would help you? Because if you draw a lot, you would have muscle memory, and your hand sometimes will draw for you because it remembers your actions. You see, just a suggestion. There's the name of the car. but we don't know it. We don't even want to know it because it's a sketch. It's just a suggestion that there's something, and you can tell there is something. There is the name of the car. So as we did the first line, now we go back and trying to make like thicker lines and more details if we wish. If not, we can just leave it as is, but sometimes we just want to make more details or something, like to make it more interesting, or make some shades or something. You may, like in this point, we can even do some lines showing this material. You can add some details. Still, I would not do the back one, because you see, as closer to us the object is, as more details or thicker line is in here as opposed to there, and it gives us some little like perspective. So now I think some of the things I'll give some little shade to make it like there. So and also, as you see, this area is more like grayish, the darkest is because it's inside, and so we can give this a little shade in here as well. I think now is the time to get our markers. Oh, and forget about this one. Just to make it more three-dimensional, and to show that there's something's going on, and it's somewhere. And don't forget to sign it. Now we can continue with our markers. So let's start with the like a little bit light one, like with blue, and just make some basic shades. If you ever go out the line, it's okay. It should be like that. It should be artistic. It's a sketch. It's not perfect thing. If you will be really precise in this one and just like colorize, like coloring book, the sketch will be not alive. The sketch will be just dull and not even interesting. So the beauty of the sketch is in sketch itself, if you will. So I'm trying to do some shades with this marker, with really, really light. Like the light goes from here, so this side will be lighter and this side will be more in dark. And since it's not a cube, it's more roundish, so the shade goes like more like that. I just made a mistake. This one is on the light as well. So it's okay, Pixel. I think it's a moth on the window. It's night right now, and we have a lot of moths flying at nights. Pixel doesn't like them. But you see, you met my Pixel now. You met my little puppy. All right, let's get the other color. Like I would get now the more like rusty one. don't forget to unleash your creativity. Don't forget just to use your hand like a free hand. Don't do it like that, but just try to add this here and there, wherever you have to add. Then it makes it more interesting. You have to be sure in the places where you put the strokes and the color lines. Maybe we'll add some you see, the reason why I didn't put really dark in the beginning, because it builds on. It's not just one color. You can see many colors and makes it more interesting. And also it's not, if I would put in the very beginning the darker color, then it will make it like muddy and too dark, and there's nothing you can change. You can't undo it. When you do like step by step, little by little, the color and the tones, you can always come back and think, okay, I need to add some, okay, I need to add some, and then you're adding. But if I put in the beginning, and then what if it's wrong? What if it's too much? Then what? Then nothing. Then you can't do anything anymore. This is why I'm doing step by step, little by little, just adding. It's always easier to add than to take off. And try to have your hand as confident as possible, especially if you already have some experience. Just go for it. Just, you know, the lines, when your hand is confident, lines are confident, and it works much better. You can see we can add some other color which will match it and make it more interesting, and still will be the same color vehicle in the end of the day. I think we're about to finish, because this was just a demonstration as a very light sketch with the variety of material. And also I would like to show you my little puppy today, so stay cool with me. Thank you for today. I hope that was okay. I was trying to explain you the process, and again, it's hard to talk and think and draw in the same time, so let me get used to that, maybe learn how to do this with you, with your help. And thank you for being patient and understand my language and staying with me and following me. And please subscribe if you want to see more, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye. And here's my Pixel. He's grown up. He's a big boy now, 8 months old. So his butterfly ears looks more like butterfly right now. So he is a papillon. He is ready to go papillon. Needs to be brushed a little bit. But this is my Pixel. Right, Pixel? You helping Mama to draw? Let's go draw, right? Pix, just smile. Where's your smile, Pixel? Where's your smile? Pixel. Pix. So this is Pixel. Shake. Pixel, shake. Молодец. Good boy. Good boy. Pix. Tell bye-bye. Bye-bye, Pix. Pix. Good boy.